We talk about surrounding Derrick Brown with talent, right? Have we done enough?
No. Now that I don't agree with.
I don't know if I don't
They
think
have
we
to
have
improve
either.
along the edge.
Yeah, it's not gonna cut it. When you look at this room, like, and I've looked at this room so many times, and I've tried to like get to a point where I'm comfortable with us rolling out Jadeveon as our primary, and just going with that and rolling with that. But I just can't do it, bro.
That's never worked in his even in his like what would be considered
Early
his
years,
prime
years, yeah.
That has never worked with Jadeveon. It's always who he was supposed to be, but never who he's really been. Like, he's a number 2.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'd agree with that. He needs help.
You have to get another edge rusher in that room.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead. My fault.
Like who? Because all the premium edge rushers in free agency are wrapped up.
That's what I was going to say.
Trey Hendrickson is...
He's still on the market, ain't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean,
But do you want to go Trey or do you want to go somebody in the draft? Because you are at 8.
See, and then that's when the conversation gets jaded. Do you? I mean, fuck it. We might as well segue there. Do you have anything on the Davion or edge room?
Nah, I think I agree. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
I mean, with all due respect, but it's like
when you look at the names on the paper,
yeah,
like,
when you
not personal attacks. It's just
nobody is like wowed by Patrick Jones, DJ Wanham, Jadeveon Clowney, Amari Barno, like none of those
DJ
names.
Johnson.
And
don't forget that name. DJ Johnson, the nigga. I mean,
nobody would know those names outside of real football fans or real Panthers fans that actually watch the games, other than a Jadeveon Clowney. But when you hear that name, nobody's like, "Oh, we're scared of him."
Yeah, I think you have to do more. Trey is still an option, but it doesn't seem like we're in on those talks at all anymore. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm willing to pay the ticket.
Yeah, it might be too much.
I don't know if I'm willing to pay the ticket because we're going to assume that they're asking for a first round, right? I'm damn sure not willing to give up my first round this year. Not sitting at 8. Not sitting at 8. I'm not willing to do that, and I don't know if I'm willing to give him the contract that he's looking for. I don't. I don't know if I'm willing to do that. Now that would provide you with your help. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like he wouldn't solve the issue, but the price tag might be too high. It might be way too high, and I don't know if I'm willing to pay it. Off of that, if you're talking about fixing it in the draft, I'm Tet through and through.
I was about to say, now that you bring up the issue with the edge room, like, do you consider moving away from Tet, or you still like all?
I don't, bro. I mean, this is the thing.
A big difference maker edge rusher at the top part of that draft, but Abdul Carter.
Well,
like, I don't know if
there's a lot of what's the word that I'm looking for, bro? Potential. There's a lot of potential. I will say that this edge class is like miles ahead of the wide receiver class with how deep it is. I think that you can get a good edge rusher day 2, day 3. Now, for the Carolina Panthers specific situation, no, you don't wait until day 3. You don't wait until day 3. For me personally, I'm comfortable waiting for day 2. I think that Tet does more for your team right now. I think Tet does more for your team right now than any of the guys that I've been hearing. Unless at 8, I'll say at 8, period. Unless you decide to move back. Now, if you decide to move back and you can get more draft capital and that's kind of where you want to go, and you know that edge rusher is a problem, the edge room is an issue, and you can get some shit off, and you can move back to that 15 to 19 range, and you think that edge rusher that you like is going to be there, then cool. But JJ, I've been saying this for the past 4 weeks now. I'm all in on Tet. If we don't get Tet, understand from JJ's perspective, understand that if we move back and we don't get Tet at 8, it's going to be huge, huge, huge expectations. Even if we stay at 8 and we go with Jalen, what's his name? Jalen Walker or Mike Green, who,
I seen a situation, not to cut you off, I seen a situation that a scenario where they had us trading back and getting James Pierce from Tennessee.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. They a lot of Panthers fans try and compare him to Brian Burns. And what I'll say is, even if that is the case, right, this is what me and Terrence went back and forth on this for a long, long time last offseason. Even if that is the case, Brian Burns had a couple of good years for the Carolina Panthers. Like, that is the only reason why he was able to get the contract that he was able to get from the New York Giants, is because at some point or another, he proved his worth, no matter if y'all want to acknowledge that or not. If James Pierce is just a Brian Burns reincarnated, the only thing that we can hope and pray is that his motor is a little bit better than Brian Burns. But if that is the production and the talent that we're getting to pair along with Jadeveon Clowney, I'm okay with that if you move back to go get that. I'm still going to feel away because I want Tet so damn bad. Like, I think that, I'm not going to lie, I think Tet turns us the fuck up. I'm not going to hold you. And whatever turn us up means to y'all, just know that's how I feel. If that bitch, if that mean that we go win a fucking playoff game or two, that's your turn up, I think Tet turns us the fuck up, nigga. I think you put Tet in that room with XL, Thielen, and Coker, and David Moore, who we need to touch on a little bit because they made that move and they tried to sneak it in. Niggas ain't react and nothing of that shit. I saw it, nigga. I saw it. That shit is not going to get the job done. That's not going to get, because if you don't get Tet, that room right now is not going to get the job done. It's not. It's not for year 3 quarterback.
Unless somebody just has a real crazy leap.
Coke or XL.
Yeah.
Because Adam is on his way out.
To bet it would be Coke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although Jalen Coker,
I think I seen another. Oh, by the way, the bitch has a fucking. Matter of fact, let me take that back. Forgive me. I didn't mean to call him out of his name. He has a fucking Reese's deal now. You know, so that's all. Because every fucking thing I seen of this nigga this offseason has been non-related to football.
You're a pro player. Let him get his deals.
yeah.
At some point or another, you got to fucking produce. And you got to show me that you working. But anyways, what did you just say? Somebody just said so. I just had to let y'all know. It's another thing I had to acknowledge and let y'all know we saw. No, it's not no hating shit. I'm just telling niggas. I see everything. I know what's going on. I'm just letting everybody know. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I tweeted, I ain't seen this nigga XL catch not now football. I ain't seen him do not now rehab rep. Only thing I see is the nigga damn near riding bareback on a horse every time I see him. And then the next week when I see him, he got a Reese's deal. Talking about a volcano or some shit, an eruption, something. Congratulations to the nigga. I'm happy for him. He is very marketable. The only thing I'm telling y'all is let him come out and be rookie year XL and see how I act. Because I think that on this cast, I've been the most patient and supportive. Would everybody agree with that?
I agree.
Okay, perfect. That shit will end year 2 if the production doesn't jump significantly. I'll say that. This wide receiver room currently does not get it done.
Yeah, they're mid.
Jalen Coker was calling for Tet. He said, what did he say? He said Tet joins this room and he turns us over. That's the type of receiver we need.
Bro, I'm telling you. I honestly, I again be on Panthers Twitter all the time. I see a lot of y'all like don't want a nigga, and for me, I'm baffled by it. Like, and this is what we talk about on this cast all the time. On this podcast, we talk about this all the time. How niggas just get obsessed with mediocre players and Jags. Like at some point or another, as a fan base, we got to start. We got to start like looking at this shit and being like, all right, bro. At some point or another, we got to compete. Like, we have to compete, bro. Like, there's no way that we can go look at Cincinnati, and I know their situation right now is fucked off, but you go look at that room with Jamar, who's the white boy that they got? Ilyasova, what's his name?
Jasecki?
No, they got the white boy with the damn...
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. Number 18.
Yeah, like, and sometimes or another, the nigga looks more productive than our damn R1. Whoever R1 is supposed to be. Right? And I just use them as an example because we could stay in the NFC and go to Amon-Ra, Tim Patrick, Jameson Williams, even though that nigga is a certified crash out. But I would say that room is better than what we have to offer. Yeah. We can go to Minnesota and look at Addison and Jefferson, right? We can go to Pittsburgh and see what they've done without a quarterback, right? The moves that they've been willing to make without a quarterback with GP and DK, right? And before they got the nigga, DK with Lockett and JSN. So at some point or another, bro, like you got to surround your franchise piece with talent. And for me personally, there's no better year to do that than right now, because this wide receiver class is ass. And I saw Steve Smith gassing up Golden. He ain't Tech. Because he tried to, by the way, I don't know if you saw that, but he tried to shit on Tech.
Yeah,
He said he wasn't that.
I seen like a little clip. Like I seen the headline. I didn't open the video. But
Good job saving your time.
because he gassed up Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah, and that's on his body. Now he did bring us Coker,
Yeah.
so I'll give him that. And I think he did co-sign XL, if I'm not mistaken,
Well,
who is TBD. He's TBD. Relax, man. Relax. He's TBD. All I'm gonna tell you is he's dead the fuck wrong about Tech. I think Tech damn near. I won't even give y'all my player comp. I won't even. I'm just trying to tell y'all that I know he would turn us up. And
Who is
unless
it?
the,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, the nigga is a damn mix of DK. I was gonna say Jamar, but I'm gonna just, but I'm gonna just not gas it. But I'm gonna say a mix of DK, AJ Brown, and I don't even know who I really want to compare his route running to. But I'm just trying to tell y'all something, like, and it's not just because he's a big receiver, but I want y'all to know too, like, no homo, but Bryce's dick gets hard when he plays with bigger receivers. Like, I don't really understand why y'all don't acknowledge that point, right? Everybody wants to be Bryce this, Bryce that. Everybody, was shooting a nigga Bell last offseason, everything like that. But now when it's time to invest in that and put something behind it, now we don't know if Tech is good enough. Drunk.
That was just an insane way to describe that. I mean,
That was too much?
Yes, bro.
Okay, well, I retract the statement. I'm sorry. Bryce Young enjoys playing with larger receivers. Pause. That was even milder. So which one do we... I'm just telling y'all something that I know, bro. No homo. I'm just telling y'all something that I know. I think he turns us up, I think he makes that room better.
Now, personally, I don't really understand all the hate that Tech gets, because he just reminds me of Mike Evans a lot. In the play style and like the size, and Mike Evans isn't a fucking burner, and he's not and he's a good route runner, but he's not nothing crazy. So
he's a dog though.
Right.
Tet is a fucking dog.
Like I always say, bro, if y'all hate on Tet, he cooked Travis Hunter. So,
and all he,
y'all love him.
Travis Hunter also got cooked by a buddy from Stanford too.
Well, Travis Hunter might be the third, fourth player off the board. So it's like,
yeah. But
if y'all got that much respect for him, then
yeah, because I know a lot of Panthers fans that are damn near commit a felony to get him in process blue.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and to be quite frank, I don't know if I'm not one of them ones. So the only thing I can do is respect Tet the way I do. Shit, I know what time it is. But let's go back to the original point and statement. If we don't go Tet at 8, I don't know how much research y'all have done, and if y'all have been able to dive into film at all. But are there any names that intrigue y'all at 8 that can possibly fix the edge room problem? Because I don't know. Jalen Walker intrigues me, but the only reason he intrigues me is because he has the ability to play like Frankie. And I only say Frankie's name because I know that you hate when I bring that nigga's name up, because he, is dead and gone.
Why do I hate that?
You hate it because you feel like it's dead and gone. You feel like I ride his dick, etc. So I understand you don't want me to bring his name up.
But if you bring it up for like a player's play perspective,
okay, then it's doable.
Yeah, but when you do it for personal reasons and all that,
it's too much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm doing it for the player play reason this time. The reason why I'm intrigued by it is because I saw how much success Frankie Louisville was able to have in this system, and Jalen Walker's ability to be versatile in different packages and give you different looks reminds me of that comp, right? Because Frankie could pass rush at times when you needed him to. He could drop back and be a middle linebacker. He was smart enough to do that. His ball reaction skills were halfway decent. I'm not saying that Jalen Walker is that, but I would say that he intrigues me. Another name that intrigues me, the Pierce kid from Tennessee. They say that it's another Brian Burns. If that's the case, cool. Fuck it. Trade back, go get him. and Mike Green too. Now I know he has some off the field stuff that they're trying to pin on his body right now.
Let him
but
slide.
to be quite honest with you, I don't like that fucking clean cut, nice guy bullshit that the Carolina Panthers do anyway.
What did he do?
We need some bullshit. Let's just see. Because before I do all of that, actually, you know what? I don't even think that I have to look. I actually think I know. And this is gonna make the statement that I just made sound crazy as fuck. Because yeah, but
let me just
actually, I might have to retract that statement too. Because you don't have to look it up. I can tell you, sexual assault allegations. I think in high school, I believe. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So maybe I don't want that non-clean cut guy. Let me retract that statement. Right? But this is what I will say. This is what I will go on record and say. Everybody got quiet and niggas straight in their face. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy or to get us canceled. This is what I will say. Okay? And I'm gonna toe this line because I know this is a very, very sensitive subject, and it should be. Because if the nigga did it, then the motherfucker should be killed. That's how I feel about some shit like that. Okay? That's where I'll start. If it's just allegations and there's no proof, because we know how this shit go, right? It's a very, very serious topic and conversation, and we're not condoning that shit by any stretch of the imagination. But if it's just allegations and there's no proof and the nigga's name is cleared, don't let this deter you away from fucking drafting the nigga at whatever you want to draft him. Because I think he's a dog. I like him more than, what's bro name? Shamar whatever, the Texas A&M nigga. I love him way more than that nigga. Who are the other? I like him more than Mason Graham, even though I know they play two separate positions. I think he does more for your team than Mason Graham does. Who are the other names? Mykel Williams. I don't know why y'all were gassed up on him. I really, really don't. I really have no idea why y'all love Mykel Williams the way y'all do, because he's not hitting on shit to me. He's not. I'm going to just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. If we draft Mykel Williams the same way Tavian and Terrence crashed out about Jonathan Brooks last year, is the same way I'm going to crash out on this podcast times 10. I'm just letting everybody know. I don't like Mykel Williams. I think Mike Green is better than him. I do.
Oh.
And niggas do a lot of gassing and sucking off because of the university and the helmets that some of these kids played for and attended.
And that's very true.
Like, that's what I will say. Like, even with the Jalen Walker situation, I'm intrigued by him as a prospect because he's versatile. And I think that we can use that because I've, vocalized
Jalen
on
Walker's
numerous.
one of those ones to me. He's one of the ones that's getting a lot from the logo on the side of his helmet.
I would agree.
I don't really think Jalen Walker.
I would agree.
I think Mike Green is a lot better than him. I'm not going to say a lot, but I think Mike Green is better than him. He's a better prospect than him. Mike Green, when I watch Mike Green, he reminds me a lot of, like, Von Miller. Like, they have a lot of very similar motion styles. They're both very bendy and fast coming around the edge. Like, I see a lot of Von Miller in Denver. I mean, really in Buffalo, too. He was getting down, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm not mad at that player comp.
And the for Georgia.
Mykel?
Yeah, I don't see. I look at him and I'm like.
He's ass, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold, like, I'm not here to pull punches today. Like, I'm just going to be very straightforward. He's ass. He's slow off the ball. His hands are not violent enough for me personally. His pass rush bag is extremely mediocre. And I would say the same for Jalen Walker, too. Because a lot of them Jalen Walker sacks that he got remind me, and I'm going to say this and nobody tweak out, but it reminds me a lot of what I saw on tape from DJ Wanham. Niggas just get it, and I say that with all due respect because DJ Wanham ended up playing very, very good for us last year. But before he got on the field and was producing, a lot of y'all had questions the same way that we did on FPFO. So nobody act like shit is brand new. Because I remember a lot of the stuff that I see Jalen Walker do, a lot of the production that I see from him is very similar to what I saw from DJ Wanham in Minnesota. And unfortunately, we don't need another fucking DJ Wanham because we just got another one in Pat Jones. With all due respect, of course, again.
Were you meaning Mykel Williams or Jalen Clark?
No, I'm talking about Jalen Walker. That's who I'm talking about.
I thought you said you liked him.
No, I like his versatility.
Oh.
I like his nigga. I love Tat. I'm just providing options if what I'm going to be okay with. I'll be okay with Jalen Walker. I'll be okay with Jalen Walker because he's more versatile than
But not Mykel Williams.
Not Mykel Williams. He's slow off the ball. Hands aren't violent enough. Pass rush bag is damn near non-existent. Damn near non-existent. Who do you like? Who do you like? Give me names. Because you want Tet too at this point, correct?
Yeah, I like Tet. I think he's one of my favorite players in the draft. And to who we have positioned to get, I say him, James Pierce. I see a lot of people talk down on Will Johnson. I also wouldn't be mad if we could get him at some point. That'll shore up the secondary. But I don't know what his draft range is. Honestly, I haven't watched film on Mike Green.
Do yourself the favor, and if you don't do it tonight, do it tomorrow.
Okay.
And you may see what we see, or you may not. But I like him. I like him. But if he's out here, doing that fuck shit, don't bring that shit to Carolina. Because we're not Dallas. And I say that with all due respect. I didn't mean for you to catch a stray. I'm just telling you, we don't do that bullshit, nigga. We don't do that shit. Niggas got beaten on their moms and shit. We don't do that. We don't do that. Go ahead.
I mean, those really, I don't like Mason Graham. I already said that. And I was going to tell you, that safety from South Carolina that you was gassing up, he's fucking sorry. I'll just go ahead and say that. Yeah, he's sorry.
Like that? I didn't see him being sorry.
Bro, he's
I
not.
think he's a thumper.
He's not another Jamie Robinson.
No.
Yes, bro.
He's way bigger than Jamie, though. He's way bigger than Jamie.
That don't mean you can hit, or that don't mean you can tackle, because on his film that the dude broke down, I seen him taking horrible angles to tackles as well. No play in coverage.
What's his name so they know who we're talking about?
It's like Nick something.
Amon Warrior.
Yeah.
That's it.
Amon Warrior.
Like that. Yeah.
And they gassed him up because
I like him because he can hit shit.
They gassed him up because of the combine, but I actually watched someone break down film on him, and he just don't impress me that much.
I mean, not at 8, of course, but like in the second round.
I'm not saying at 8. I'm just saying like
second round. Yes or no?
I don't know. It depends on who we get at 8. Because if you go and get him, if you go and get Tet first round, second round, I'm gonna need you to go to edge. I don't know if I need you to touch safety.
Yeah. And let's play this game then real quick. So then if you go edge first round, what do you want to see in the second?
Probably more so of like somebody at linebacker maybe.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I've been hearing a lot of offensive
Wallace
line.
ain't gonna get it done.
No, he's not. He's not. Like we're here to have honest conversations.
And Rose Boom, him to back him up. I don't know.
It's not gonna cut it, bro. It's not. This is what I said last week. I think towards the end of the podcast. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all didn't get there, but I said it last week. Like on paper, this team is still like right. Optimistic JJ tells you that we should win 9 games, and I truly believe that. Not even on no fanned out shit. You won 5 last year. You fixed your offensive line. You literally brought everybody back. You went and got Rico Dowdle, who will support Chuba Hubbard immensely. Your wide receiver room is exactly the same, so you don't have that excuse. JT Sanders is going to develop another year. You brought Tommy Tremble back, right? So offensively, you should be A-okay. You should be okay. Offensively. Defensively is where a lot of the question marks come in for me.
That's why I think you go cornerback in the second round. Because you just paid JC. You just paid JC a good amount of money. And
but
you know
signed Mike too, though.
But you know he's got an injury history.
But that dude ain't a corner. He ain't a corner, though. Who? Are you talking about the safety?
He's just saying in general.
No.
We moved on to
I thought
taking the second round if you go edge.
Well, he said he was a second round pick, so I thought you was like,
you can't
that
take
nigga
him
is
in
not
the
no
second.
damn second round. I'm gonna tell you that. That bitch is like a third or fourth round.
But the combine jumped him to a second, so you'd have to get him in the second now. Somebody's gonna reach. But you go DB. I think you go DB. You reassure J.C. Horn because you know he's gonna get fucking hurt, or he's very likely to be hurt, and you just invested a lot of fucking money into him. If he goes down, then you're back in the same situation kind of you were last year. As far as like wondering, you have questions about the DB room because Mike Jack is good.
He's not a cornerback one.
Exactly. So you go get another one.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't know. We need more weapons, bro. I damn near don't like. I don't even know if I want to like specify a room because we just need more weapons. And I'm not talking about like guys that have to be game breakers. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody doesn't have to be what I see Tech to be, but you add more depth and you add more weapons. Like I think linebacker, you're gonna have to do something. I don't know if that's day 1 or day 2, but linebacker, you got to do something. That edge room has to be addressed. Like we don't even. We'll go deeper on some of the prospects a little bit closer to the date of the draft. Maybe in a week and a half or 2 weeks, we'll go a little bit further and break a couple more prospects down, things of that nature. But edge room has to be addressed. If you go edge room at 8, I'm only going to be but so upset because I understand like team needs is before like what fucking JJ has to say about Tech. I understand that. But if it's Michael, God forbid. Let's just say it like that. God forbid. You do still need depth in the cornerback room. You do. Because like you mentioned, that's a very valid point. Like, yes, we all love JC. I think I don't really know one person that's a Carolina Panthers fan or that's even a fan of football that doesn't like JC. He's just a very, very likable guy. He worked his ass off to get the contract that he did. I believe that it was a little too much initially, but that's neither here nor there. He worked his ass off to get it. He proved his worth to the organization. Congratulations. But it's still a very, very valid point that it still is a guy that we're talking about has an injury history, a significant one at that. So you need more depth in the cornerback room because, unfortunately, Shaw Smith-Wade ain't doing it.
And we already saw what happened last year when you passed up on Cooper DeJean and went with Jonathan Brooks. So
yeah, I mean,
let's not repeat the same mistakes of our past.
There's no point. There's no purpose in doing so.
Let's go get a DB if there's one there that we like.
They got us taking Jalen Walker in the first round.
Yeah, because that has gotten a lot of traction. I've been seeing offensive line too, day 2.
Oh, they got Bro going 30 to the Vikings.
The safety?
Yeah, that's nasty work. He's already jumped Malachi Starks.
Malachi Starks, the kid from Notre Dame?
From Georgia. Respectfully, he ain't Malachi Starks.
Yes.
He's not Malachi Starks.
Yes. So who's the dude from Notre Dame that I'm thinking of? The light-skinned nigga.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot.
Malachi, nigga from Georgia. I watched a little tiny bit on him. Not as much as I need to. But that's a name that I've seen like pop up significantly. Not necessarily with the Panthers, but just overall. I've seen that name a couple of different times.
What pick do we have in round 2?
It's a deep one because I think that's the one that we get from New York, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like like you pick 8 and then you don't pick again for a while. Yeah.
They got us taking Jaden Higgins, receiver, from Iowa State.
I won't make a comment because we haven't done enough research. We haven't done our due diligence.
I'll just go watch.
But if you have
see.
Yeah, if he has the ability, if you have the ability to get Tet and you pass up on him for Jalen Walker, and then you come back in the second and go get that nigga, it's gonna, I'll reserve my opinion because I haven't done any research or film dive on him, so I'm gonna chill.
And just not to make you mad, like really mad. But they got us getting him there, and then James Pierce goes at 60 to Detroit. That will fucking it right. That will set me off.
Yeah, I was about to say, that might make me. Yeah.
That's bro from Tennessee, right?
That's the Brian Burns clone, allegedly. That would piss me off. That would piss me off.
No, but that would be the most Panthers.
It would be the most Panthers thing to do, but in that same breath, like if you go Walker and you feel like that gets your edge room to where you want it to be, I can only be but so mad because you got to address the other team needs. And if your most pressing issue at that point is wide receiver, then I mean you got to fucking do what you got to do, right? So I can only be so mad if that's the case. But I would be a hot motherfucker, especially if we draft Jalen Walker over Tet and Tet goes a pick or 2 after us. And then we come back and get the nigga from Iowa State, who I haven't watched film on again, so I reserve the right to make a comment. right? And then Pierce goes 3 picks later. I don't know. God help us all. God help us all. What else did you have on the list? Oh, okay. Okay. Good. We done pretty good.
Damn, I'm trying to see. They really got him falling this far.
Who?
Just to add context, they will have Ted falling all the way. They have him falling all the way down to 18 to Seattle.
Which is insane.
I just don't see it, bro.
Yeah.
I really just don't see it. I really don't see it. I mean, maybe y'all
It could
see
be just
that
based off of needs, I guess. Because I don't know if that many people are better than him.
Bro, I don't know if that many people are better than him. That's number one. Number two, I really just don't know like what people think this wide receiver class is, but it's not that, bro. Like I've been saying that for like 2.5 months. This wide receiver class is not that. Like no cap. It really isn't.
Like the ones we just seen.
No, not even remotely close to the ones that we just seen. So I don't know what niggas I don't know what everybody has in their head, bro. But I guess they think that bro is sweet. I guess they think Terrence is sweet. Or excuse me, my bad. I guess they think Tet is sweet, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, right.
They might shit. If y'all want to try them, then shit, try them. What am I gonna say?
Fried fish and rice.
That's what it would be?
Huh?
Like that? I said that's what it would be?
Yeah.